Oh, this kind of sucks that I can't hear the music, man. Hey, real talk. I kind of want to hear the music. I really do. Kind of want to hear the music and stuff. Oh yeah, man. I'll get a couple folks up in here. See if I can get a few up in here. It's weird because I got to see how this thing presents, man. The other thing, bro, is this shit be making me look like a fat ass. You know what I'm saying? Or I could just be a fat ass, but could be. But it just be making me so the way that the camera come down is just weird because of the angle that the camera is in. Like it make me feel belly forward because my belly is actually the thing that's poking out the furthest from here. So if I lean in the way I'm supposed to, it don't do that. So this is weird. That is weird. But we'll wait for a couple people to get in. I don't even know why I'm bending over. Right here. Oh man. What a day, man. It's actually not a bad day today because my Saints didn't play today, so I didn't have to worry about any type of disappointment, any type of heartbreak, or any of those things today. So all in all, that means it's a good day. If I ain't got to worry about my Saints blowing it, then I'm good to go. And then my Tigers did what they were supposed to do last night in Arkansas, man. So it's hard to believe, but LSU is literally one of two teams, us and Texas A&M, that are undefeated in the SEC right now, man. So I am looking forward to, seeing what happens in the next. I think we play next week, so that should be fun. That should be interesting, man. But anyway, man. Let me see here. I think I got everything going. I do. All right. So anyway, enough about all that kind of stuff, man. How's y'all days going, man? How's everything going out there in the Fragrance family today, man? Like I said, I didn't have any football to worry about today. I didn't have any football to worry or stress about today. So I was like, man, let me go ahead. I was doing some editing just now, and I was like, man, let me go ahead and hop on the live right quick, see how everybody's doing out there, and see what's going on. I'm trying to get my fall fragrances video together. Y'all been asking me man, go ahead and drop a fall fragrance video because I ain't gonna lie, or fall winter fragrance. I ain't gonna lie, I've been seeing a lot of people drop them, and my whole thing with that is I wanted to make sure that I got y'all something that was different than everybody else. So there was a lot of videos that I saw, man, that had literally like the majority of the fragrances that I had pulled from the collection to go ahead and put on a video for y'all. So I was like, man, I'm just gonna try to go with something different. I know there's a couple of them that I'm definitely gonna keep on that video that I've seen on other people's videos. Let's see, I got a whole bunch of fragrances sitting on my desk area and all this kind of area right now, just kind of waiting to get that video treatment. For example, I got Continuum. Man, I love this stuff right here, man. This is actually a really beautiful tobacco fragrance. A lot of people kind of say it reminds them of that Dior on, and it kind of has that, but I love the amber in this thing, man. It gives it like this kind of like resinous tobacco, which you don't see a whole lot of resin in tobacco, man. It's actually really, really nice. It's got kind of like a little sweetness to it. It's not like a super dry tobacco. It's got kind of a little bit of sweetness to it. It's beautiful, man. I love that. It's the other one I had in the video. I had, of course, that Fierte, the one that I was talking about a couple of weeks back, man. I contend right now that this is the better of the baby cat inspirations, man. And I wanted to do kind of like a side by side with this and with Reefer Cot. And I may actually do that video. I may do a side by side video with this and Reefer Cot. You know, Kate the Ghost said I donated $100. Hey, Kate, if you if you donate $100, man, I might have to send you some bottles. For real. For real, man. Speaking of though, man, y'all hit the like button and make sure that y'all hit the subscribe button, man. And the reason why is because I'm right there at that 500 subscriber mark. So once I jump over that 500 subscriber mark, then I just really have to get my watch hours up. And you know how that goes, man. The watch hours are probably the hardest thing. Well, if you're a creator, the watch hours are the hardest thing to get a lot of times because YouTube can false print your watch hours and stuff, so you have to always go back on it. But you see hedge fund 40 still won't come up. So no comment. We don't do politics on this show. We don't do politics. We do football, we do fragrances, and we actually do wrestling as well. So if y'all have any wrestling questions, just let me know, because that's one of the things that I'm going to probably start a show with some wrestling stuff soon. Every time I have this constantly sitting here, and I always have that urge to smell it, man, and to put my nose on it. I love this. To me, this is a better interpretation of that baby cat DNA than Reefer Cot is. Now, that's gonna make a whole lot of Reefer Cot folk mad, though. It will, but in all honesty, I gotta be honest, I think that's a better interpretation. What's the other one here? John, what's going on, man? I appreciate you stopping by, man. I am sitting here just jumping on a live right quick, just kind of, I was doing some editing. I was like, man, let me go ahead and turn the camera on. Never get to turn that camera on, and I'm right there at 500. So I was like, well, maybe, going live, I'll catch a couple of subscribers to get me over that 500 mark, man. It is a pleasure to have you in the building, though, man. We got to jump on some content soon, man, because I've been... I always told you all the stuff that you be putting out there is fire. I actually looked at that Dewan the other day, man, and I got it in the cart right now, so it's probably gonna be part of that next haul that I do. That Dewan and the 502 one that Dedrick was talking about, the one with the iris one. Because, man, just the description of that particular fragrance, I was like, all right, I gotta get it. It jumped over that Tony Iommi monkey, not the monkey specialty, deified, because I was already pumped to go ahead and jump on that deified, man. Man, look, got badass iris fragrance. I'm all in, man. Speaking of badass iris fragrances, I was going to throw this one on the list here. This is Gentleman Society Extreme. I was gonna throw this on the list for fall fragrances as well. This is beautiful. It's iris and coffee. Orange fruit technically, that means that's just iris, but with a little more earthiness to it. But I was gonna definitely throw this one on the list, man, because it's got this beautiful, beautiful sillage in the air. I liked that first Gentleman Society. It was okay. It was just okay to me though. Well, actually, I won't even say that. I liked it a whole lot. But this one just blows it out of the water as far as just adding that little bit of coffee and upping the vetiver. Man, this makes it just amazing, man. Yeah, definitely reach out to me, man. Definitely reach out. Hey, look, I have a lot of those things pop up. Definitely do, man. I had a lot of people. I mentioned it on one of my videos where I was telling about people. I had an accident a few weeks back, And man, it just kind of knocked everything out of whack, bro. It really kind of put me in a weird position because I was doing set of the days. I'd drive up to the gas station while I was doing my things. I would do Uber in the evening, after I got off from work. So I pull into the gas station, or I pull into the gas station in the morning and rock a quick video out right quick, and it's cool. But when you get out of that rhythm of it, you riding with somebody else, or you driving another car, because I was driving my wife's truck for a minute. Once you get out of that zone, it gets a little weird, bro. It makes it harder. Then I like to sit there and spray a little bit on, and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to, smell up nobody's vehicle and all that. So yeah, but I'm gonna get back on those set of the days too, man. I got to. But yeah, man, whenever, man, I'm ready for it, man. I don't have the collection you have. I'm still, like I said, I'm still a novice nose, but I will be an advanced nose at some point in time. But it's because of people like you in the community, man, that I can get that way. I appreciate people like you. I appreciate people like Dedrick, man, all the way out to Ross, all those folks, man, that are out there, man. I appreciate what y'all do, man, putting people on different fragrances and stuff. So, I mean, I want to do that for a lot of people, and that's why I end up hitting up a lot of like stuff. Sometimes I hit stuff before I even have descriptions on them. If I know it's a new fragrance world or something like that, I'll just throw it in the cart and just get that's kind of how I got this, because nobody had talked about that Fiarte, man. Nobody had talked about it. I think it's a better baby cat clone than Rifacat is, and I that's doing it side by side. So yes, it's a journey, man, and I'm looking forward to it. I love the journey. I'm just kind of smelling the flowers along the way, man, smelling the fragrances along the way. I had this one. This is now, if y'all were to see my little space right here. So I have my collection spread out all over. I got some in the bedroom. I got like 50 something bottles in the closet. I got 50 something bottles in here. I got some in the storage. I got some. So it's like a whole bunch of, so everything's like in all kind of different places. If you were to see my table right now, if you see something, well, you can't really see it on the screen right now, but if you look at my videos, y'all see like the Manceras that'll be sitting there. And a lot of times I have my Aiden Bob Egypt, which, by the way, I can't wait. I don't even know if that's my favorite fall fragrance, but it's up there. I mean, let's be real, man. Aiden Bob of Egypt. Come on, man. Egypt is definitely kind of like the definition of like a Fougere type of fragrance. It gives me Platinum Egoist, but I prefer this one to Platinum Egoist. I really like the way that this presents, man. This is a beautiful fragrance, man. And this is one that I talk a lot recently, especially about how in crisp air, certain fragrances just do their thing, man. That one is one that in crisp air, man, that one does its thing, man. I'm going to get when we talk about Fougere, I went on like a Fougere kick not too long ago, and one of the ones that I'm bringing in probably in the next, I would say probably next month, is that Naughton and Wilson Gravitas. But I was trying to figure out if I wanted the Gravitas Pour Homme or the Gravitas Essentia, and I think I'm gonna, because I got decants of them, I think I'm gonna go with the Essentia. It's got an added mint note to it. It just kind of makes it fresher, and it could be done in the summer. But man, I wore it the other day, and it was a little cool outside, and that was magical. Bro. I said I think I'm gonna jump on that one. Definitely. Well, yeah, I love the Fougeres, man. This one on the fall list. This is another one, and this is one that I was gonna throw on there. The Shaghaf Oud Azra, which is, to this day, one of my most complimented fragrances, just because I think it has that light little honeyed aspect to it. I love that particular fragrance, man. I do. But yeah, I got a few of them in here that are on that list. I was trying to debate whether I was gonna do 5 or 10 on the list, man. And I think I'm actually gonna probably do 5, and then maybe do another 5 on a follow up video, um, and see if I can get everybody's tastes and everything covered on there. I'm throwing this. I just dropped the video for this one yesterday. The Kelly and Jones Mezcal and Ale. I am definitely going to put that on one of those lists, man. This is like a really nice spring and fall type of scent. It could run in the summer, but I'm not even gonna lie. The amber in here kind of thickens it, and if you're in a situation where you got like high humidity and stuff like that, it could be a little bit cloying. But the spring in the fall, man, this is gorgeous. And I talked a lot about that peach note in this particular fragrance, man. It's so subtle, but yet it's so prominent, if that makes sense. Like, it's subtle in the background. It's a soft peach. It's like a fresh peach, like somebody just happened to have a peach next to you and you kind of pick it up in your nostrils. But it's good, man. I like the perfumery on that particular fragrance, man. That, to me, I'm starting to get into, and I think you inspired me to do this, Charm. I'm starting to get into a little bit more of the niche type of stuff that is stuff that people don't talk about a lot, because there's a lot of folks that talk about your everyday stuff, your hyped up beasts and things like that. I contribute to that, but I like some of those things that are like that. What's the Milano Russian tea? Man, that's good. Like, no, but that's something that's not mainstream. People don't talk about a whole lot. Oud Maracuja was like that until it got blown up on TikTok. I mean, that was one that I smelled and I was like, this is my speed. This is right up my alley. I'm good with this. And then I don't know what happened, man. People started really buying into it, and next thing you know, we got clones and all kinds of stuff popping up. Speaking of, I was going to add the Azure Oud to the fall list, and I still might. I like that fragrance a lot. And in the last, I think I did the review maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. Whenever we played the Cowboys, because I remember I had the bottle for 2 weeks, and I was like, I'm not gonna do the review until we play the Cowboys. The Saints play the Cowboys, because that was gonna be my whole thing. That joke took 3 weeks to prepare. That one short, but but yeah. So in the few weeks that I have had it, it's matured. And it's smoother than it was when I initially got it and sprayed it. It's actually really nice. It is nice. I think we'll start. Matter of fact, I got a lot of this stuff over here. Hold on. That one, and hold on. So that one, Liquid Broom, and the Art of Wood one are all kind of like in that vein right now. So, and of course, I had the for the fall. You got to do your Liam Gray, man, which is nice. Liam Gray is nice. Cheat code on this one though, bro. I literally had this one, and I threw it in the drawer. And I have like a maturation drawer where it's just like it's in a dresser where I got some clothes and stuff in there, but and the bottom drawer is completely cleaned out. And what I do is whenever I have a fragrance that I feel like needs to get its act together a little bit, I'll throw it in that maturation drawer for a couple of weeks or so and then come back to it and see what goes on. And it works. It really does work for a lot of fragrances, man. I love these fragrances that's not being talked up or hyped up. I know. That's the thing about it. Like, when I encounter a fragrance that isn't super hyped, but I know is good, I am all aboard for it. I have my most gatekept fragrances video that's gonna be coming out in a little bit because um one of the things that people have given to me as feedback is that they would love for me to do more um multi. Let me see how this actually looks here. Hold on. I'm trying to see. I was working on my color gradient earlier on my camera too. But they were saying that they would like to see me do more multiple fragrance videos, like, top 5, top 10, recommended fragrances and stuff like that. So one of the fragrance videos that I had put up was gatekept fragrances. It's because I don't say that I gatekeep anything per se, but it's more about fragrances that aren't really talked about a whole lot. Fragrances that people or may not even have on the radar just yet, but I feel probably should be on the radar. The Fiarte, that's one. The one that I just brought up, the clone, the baby cat clone. This one is another one, and I did a video on this one, the Genuine Man Reserve. I don't even know if it's gonna come up. There we go. The Genuine Man Reserve, but you can't tell by the color gradient of the bottle and all that kind of stuff. It's a Gentleman Reserve Privé dupe. And I'm not even gonna lie, it's the best one I've smelled. This one, because I believe Gentleman Reserve Privé is a designer, I think that they can get closer to the oils that they use on that instead of like it is with the niche brands where it's more proprietary. They come close as hell on this. Like really, really close. Like to the point to where I got mixed up and my coworker got mixed up literally when we had the two side by side trying to figure out which one was which, like on skin. So I mean, it's really good. It is really, really good. But that's one that nobody talks about. I got a lot. Well, my signature scent is Kumquat Wood, and that's one that nobody talks about. Mancera, of course. But yeah, since I got this one, I know I'm kind of bouncing all over the place, but since I got this, it has definitely like improved. Like, yeah, the list video. That's what they were telling me, like the list videos. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, Trevor. I was opposed to it initially. I was like, man, I'm trying to do specific fragrances. I'm trying to spend some intimate time with these fragrances to give a description to people. But what I'm learning, and one of the things that I'm kind of rethinking is how I give information about these particular fragrances. So for some reason I wanted to smell it again to confirm to myself what I'm saying. But yeah, see, it's so much smoother now, and almost like the passion fruit kind of ramped up a little bit. But I think when I first did this review, I was like, I didn't get as much passion fruit, or the oils weren't the same as on the original, which they won't be. But now I get more passion fruit out of here. It's changing up. It definitely changed up. But yeah, like I got to get in the mood doing it more because of the algorithm. I think if I can do that, then I think I can give out more information about fragrances and really educate people on fragrances that are out there that people may not be, all out buying into. This one I just forgot to do. I ain't gonna lie, I just forgot to do the review. I had just like 3 months. This Game of Spades wild card. Like I didn't had it 3 months and just forgot to do the review for it. I think because the Lafayette Street used to be when I was really just getting into fragrances and stuff. Lafayette Street was kind of like one of my first big fragrance purchases. Well, I didn't even buy it. Somebody else bought it for me back in my days of running the streets. But yeah, man, like it was a fragrance that I was so familiar with. And so when I got this particular, when I heard about it, I was like, I'm going to go ahead and get it and see if it's, because I really didn't want to drop the coins on the buy number 9 Lafayette Street again. And it's only because I was trying to invest in stuff that I haven't smelled before, really. So I was like, well, I'm not going to worry about it. But when I saw that this is out there, I went ahead and jumped this one, and it just fit like a glove. It really did. And I think that's why I didn't even think about doing a review on it, because it just felt natural. It just felt like, oh, just reach for it and I'm good to go. It's familiar to me. So that speaks to how close this one is to the OG. There are differences. And like, if you know the DNA, and I know the DNA well on Lafayette Street, there's definitely differences. Definitely differences. But at the same time, it's the apple is the difference in here. But other than that, man, once you get past that 30-minute mark, they going like what? I think that this is actually probably a closer interpretation of the OG than Full House is to Imagination, and that's saying something, because Full House is really close, like really close to Imagination. So I think this one is probably the closest one. The other one that win, I didn't find that as close, and I'm gonna get another bottle in of that one. I have a friend of mine who actually had that one, and I put my nose on it. I just didn't think it was that close, but I'll definitely see what's going on with that one. The other one, what we got? GRN Fun, shout me out. What's going on, GRN Fun? Welcome. The other one is Liquid Room. It's been sitting there. I didn't put it in maturation, but I hadn't worn it in like a month or so, and I came back to that, and it's another one that is getting better with time. So I'm really impressed with French Avenue. I think I'm going to do a video where I rank the top inspiration houses. Can't say clone houses, but inspiration houses of the year. And if I was to do that, I think that French Avenue Fragrance World has to be like right there at the top, if not the top. The only reason I can't say for sure that they ain't the top is because, man, Joe Milano came out of nowhere. Joe Milano came out and said, "Oh, we're not gonna just hit you with the dupes. We're gonna hit you with the dupes you want. We're gonna hit you with Imagination. We're gonna hit you with Lafayette Street. We're gonna hit you with Greenwich Village. We're gonna hit you with, they hitting it. They definitely hitting it, man." But yeah, I am looking forward to doing that list. Luciano would have been on there, but they kind of disappointed me with that Mystic Dream. I'm not gonna lie. Now I got to go back to Mystic Dream because I actually pulled it out of the drawer the other day just to kind of put a nose on, just randomly, because it's still in the maturation drawer. Sometimes fragrances I just put in that maturation drawer and they just stick there. That's kind of where I was going with this particular fragrance with the Liam Gray. So if you look at how dark that juice is on that Liam Gray, I put it in the maturation drawer, And because of the way that the box is, I just put it in there and I just never took it out because I got it in the spring and just sat it in there. It sat in the maturation drawer for like 6 months. 6 months. And when it came out, it started smelling more like Richardel extrait. When I pulled it out of there. It's good. It is really good though. So I'm gonna watch. Well, actually, I'm gonna put a few more. I got a couple more reviews that I gotta do, and then I'm probably gonna start doing the videos, the 5 most or the 10 most, that kind of thing. Somebody wanted me to do an imagination versus, and I may do that because I mean I got the full house there. I got, of course, Art of Arabia 1 right there, which in my opinion, Art of Arabia 1 is like if you just smell it off the nozzle and off that first spray of this one, off the first spray, this is identical. So man, like literally identical. So man, I don't know what it is or what, but I think it's the black tea. The problem is they overdose the black tea and it dissipates like really, really quick. I mean, well, not the black tea dissipates, but everything else dissipates really quick. Like after about an hour and a half to 2 hours, you're kind of left with like a little bit of ginger, mostly black tea and lavender. It's still a nice scent though. I actually like the dry down on it, but it's not quite imagination. I'll say that. But the intro to it smells so good. It really does. It really does. What are y'all wearing today? What is y'all sending today? I actually am doing Luciano. I just talked all that mess about Luciano, but I am actually wearing Luciano Magnitude as the scent of the day. Bro, that Azura Oud is everywhere. Just off that one spray on here, it's so strong. It really is. It's beautiful, but it's strong, man. It's strong. And not office safe, I'll say that. But yeah, Luciano Magnitude, man. I this is like a sneaky love for me right here. I like to drop this on when I jump out the shower. And I ain't gonna lie. This is a inspiration of Maturation. But man, it's one of the better ones. My favorite inspiration from Maturation is, of course, Jean Louis Immortal. And a lot of people are like, no, there's better. There are better. What I like about Jean Louis Immortal is that it has more of the ginger feel. It's got a little bit more of the bite. It's a little bit more. It's not the exact same, and that's what I like about it. The part of it that I wanted to have amped up in Maturation, Jean Louis Immortal amps it up, and that's the perfect thing for me. Now, the thing that I will say about Immortal is that, let me see. I got a video that I was gonna do on this where I told you I got a bunch of fragrances just sitting right here. Where I have this bottle, the first Jean Louis Immortal, but then I also have the Immortelle with the E. And one of the things they say that it's the same juice in both of them, but side by side, there's something different. I like this one better, but the other one seems to last a little bit longer. The Immortelle, with the E, that one also seems to be a little bit more floral than this one is. But I like them both, but I prefer this one. This is my favorite. So I'm kind of gonna be holding on to the juice on that one. But yeah, what are y'all guys wearing? I am, like I said, this is my sin of the day today. And I was there was a toss up between this. You got I love that scent. It's amazing. Which one? The Immortal. Immortal's great. The Immortal's awesome. That is one of my favorite little freshies to just throw on. Although it is not my most. Okay, you were wearing Lalabo Santal 33. Okay, so I gotta ask you the question, right? There are some people who love Santal 33, and then there are some people that hate it with a passion. I have not yet figured that out. What was the reason? What was your motivation on that particular fragrance? Like, what made you like fall in love with the Santal 33? Because there's a lot of people that I've run into that just for some reason don't like Santal 33. I happen to like it. All right, Charm, man, I appreciate you stopping by, man. I definitely appreciate you stopping by. Hit me up. We're gonna talk about jumping on the live, man. Anytime you're ready. But yeah, what was your inspiration on that one? Because there's a lot of people who, like I said, don't like that particular fragrance for some reason. I have yet to understand that. He said, I smelled it on my home, and I said, man, they smell good at home. You speak to. So this is something that, as men in the fragrance community, we got to start doing, right? One of the things that I like about a lot of the brothers that I've met so far in the fragrance community is they're not afraid to share what it is that they're wearing. They don't do much gatekeeping, out there. The other thing is that, if I like a fragrance, I'll ask about it. Like, hey, what you wearing, bro? There's some people who don't think that you should ask another man about what fragrance he's wearing. But at the same time, like, if I want to know, because I may want that might smell better on me. Let me ask you what you wearing right now, because I may have to copy it and throw it on myself. So that happens from time to time. I know what's the one? Gucci Guilty. Back in the day, I had a friend of mine who was wearing the Gucci Guilty, and I was like, bro, that's nice. That's nice, bro. What is that? What is that? And when I copped it and when I wore it, I got like twice the compliments he was getting on it. So, sometimes it just means that. I knew there was something I was going to mention. So, yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't see any problem with it. I don't see any problem with it at all. Some people have an issue with it. I don't get that. I really don't. But I mean, my whole thing is, hey, you wear your fragrance, man, to be smelled. So you can't get upset if somebody smells you and wants to know what it is that you're wearing. So, that's just, it is what it is. I was talking about the imagination DNA, and somebody was asking me about doing a video on the imagination, because I have the Aqua Dubai, I have the, of course, the Art of Arabia. I've got the Joe Milano, and I was just kind of sitting there, and I got Visionary. I actually do have Visionary, but I think it's in storage, because I was looking for it the other day. But I was telling someone, they were like, they really like the feel of imagination, and nobody really talks about this, but I wanted to kind of bring this particular fragrance up. And it's from the House of Mancera. And I there's another one that I'm actually getting tomorrow. I've already done the decants and everything on it, and I gotta have it. that's going to be in a similar type of situation there. But Joe, what's going on? Send the day, Blue de Chanel Parfum. Go Saints, go. Who that? What's going on, man? It's a good thing we're not playing today. It's a good thing we're not playing today, man. But there's a fragrance that Mancera has dropped that people don't really think about in the same vein of Imagination, but it kind of clicks the same boxes that Imagination does. And the fragrance in question, I always keep my fragrances bagged. You see them all. This guy. It's Mancera's Aqua Wood. You hear people talk about it. Look at the dent on that thing. You already know how I do. There's a lot of people who have mentioned this fragrance online and everything, but you never see any type of Imagination comparisons, and that's because they're not the same fragrance. They do smell different. The thing is, I hear people compare Imagination all the time to like a luxury soap. Now I don't know a lot of luxury soaps that have tea notes, but hey, to each his own. I think that Imagination is a beautiful fragrance, but it gives a certain vibe to it. This fragrance actually, in my opinion, and just from the wears that I've had and the way other people have reacted to it, it kind of gives the same vibe. Now, it doesn't do the exact same thing that Imagination does. This was going to have pear in the top, so it's going to have that subtle sweetness from the pear, while with Imagination, you got a little bit of that subtle sweetness from the citruses and that they're using in the top. It has the ginger, and it actually has a soft ginger, kind of like the Imagination does. This one actually lasts longer on skin. It presents like a really luxury soap when you put it on. And the projection is, in my opinion, better than Imagination's projection is. It does not have the tea in it, but it does have some smokiness in the mids and in the base. And also, it doesn't have technically wood in there, but the way they blend this thing gives it kind of like a more masculine, woody feel. When you first smell this, the first time I smelled this, I thought Avon. And if you've ever had any relatives that have sold Avon, there used to be, and I don't even know the name of the spray that they had. It was like a mist or something, but it gave that type of vibe when I first smelled it. But then I put it on skin, let it dry down, and I realized just how close it is. I mean, just how much of that vibe of Imagination that it actually has. So I'm not going to say that it's a one-to-one. It's not a clone of Imagination. It's not near Imagination as far as the way it presents. But it is a fragrance that if you wanted to get into the same type of vibe, and you can listen to like Dedrick Hicks talks about it a lot. Ross or TLTG talks about it a lot as being one of their favorite fragrances. And part of the reason it's one of their favorite fragrances is because it's so versatile. It has that same versatility that Imagination has. So, it's one to kind of think about. If you're, you can find this online for like $70, $80. This is niche quality. It's going to last you 10 hours on skin. It's going to project more than an arm's length here. It's not going to be as sweet of a fragrance as Imagination will be. It's got a little bit of its own swagger to it, man. And it's a soapy, clean, super clean, actually fresh fragrance. So might be something to think about. Question: do you keep your boxes or toss them out? Reason why I asked them, maybe tossing my boxes out. I have so many. All right, so here's the thing. You just saw I had a bunch of these boxes. That Liquid Rune here, the Wild Card, Azure Rude. So it really depends. Sometimes I just like the way a box looks. And I'll be like, okay, I'm going to keep that particular box. Unfortunately, that happens more than I wanted to have happen. Because especially now, because a lot of these Middle Eastern fragrance houses are just designing the heck out of those boxes. The presentation is just so beautiful on a lot of those. For example, I've got a drawer over here where I've got like a bunch of ones that are boxed up. Um, Pizza, perfect example. I don't need this box. I don't need this box at all. It's just hard wood as a box, but that's just so pretty. It's just the way that it presents is just so gorgeous. I'm like, okay, I'll keep the box. you know, and I don't need to. I really don't, because a lot of times those boxes take up a lot of unwanted space. Um, to be completely honest, sometimes I just can't help it. Like literally, sometimes I can't help it. Another one that I got sitting over here. Same scenario with that one. Atlas. I don't need that box. God damn. Like I opened it up and it just hit me. God, this cell is strong as hell, man. Dang. But Atlas, I don't need that box. I really don't. But it's here. But I like the way it presents. This one, the ultimate in presentation. This is not necessary. This is not necessary. It really is not. But the box looks cool. So for some reason, while I should only be concerned about the fragrance itself, I want to keep the box. So yeah, that was a long way of saying it really depends on the box. Now eventually I feel like I'm probably gonna chuck some of these because it's just a lot of box that's just sitting there for no reason. I chucked the box on the Solarium, which by the way, I love this fragrance. It is, oh man, it's amazing. But most of them I keep if it's like the Spectre Wraith box holds a special place in my heart, the way it slides out. So yeah. Say what's going on, my man? Oh yeah, that is Aqua Wood. I was talking about Aqua Wood and how it's not a clone of Imagination, but I feel like it serves the same function that Imagination does. It's got that super soapy, clean, almost luxury soap type of vibe to it. But it's a niche quality thing. It doesn't have the depth of the tea and all that. So Imagination is a little bit darker. This was a little brighter, even though it has a little bit of smoke in it, the Aqua Wood. But the one thing I love about Aqua Wood is the same thing I love about Imagination, and that's that versatility in it. Now, Imagination does come off sweeter, but it's something about Aqua Wood. When you spray this on, it just you get a little swag to you. It's a different vibe that you get, and that's the same thing it feels like when you spray on Imagination. So, you know, yeah, keep the cool looking ones. Keep the cool looking ones. Yeah, have you tried Vintage Radio? I was wearing Vintage Radio yesterday, actually. So Vintage Radio. So Vintage Radio, man, is one of my favorite from that House of Lattafa, man, and that Lattafa Prize series, because it clones something that I love. Initio Paragon, like I love Initio Paragon. Like it's one of those fragrances that I found to be so unique that and so well done. That plum and sandalwood combo on there is what really got me on that fragrance. And I felt like Vintage Radio like nailed it to the point to where I don't even think about buying Paragon anymore. And I hate to say that, but I prefer Vintage Radio, to be honest. say I subscribe, by the way. I like the vibe. Oh, I mean, I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it, man. You definitely are appreciated for subscribing, man. Check out some of the videos that I got listed up there. A lot of Aquawood, good stuff, bro. Aquawood is amazing. Aquawood is one of those fragrances that made me want to like really dive into a lot more of the stuff that Mancera offers. So my signature, I can't even call it a signature scent because I have way too many fragrances to be called a signature scent. But I found it because I was dealing with Aquawood and I was like, let me see what else they got. And then I ran into this. I gatekeep this. I ain't gonna lie. But I mentioned it on a video not too long ago. That Mancera and that light is gonna mess with it. Kumquat Wood. Man, so Kumquat Wood is good. It's grapefruit, sandalwood, and vetiver. So just think about that. Grapefruit, sandalwood, vetiver. It's blended really, really well. You got the grapefruit nuance. It hits you at the top, so you're getting that. But then, man, when it gets into that dry down, man, you get that sandalwood presenting, and then it's transitioning. You get that vetiver, that clean vetiver that wells up. Man, I think I said this on a short. Every spring and fall, I break this out. Every spring and fall, it is my most complimented fragrance. Like no contest. No contest. And this is after I've gotten Virtus Vanilla Oud and all those kind of things. It's still my most complimented. Francisco, do you got any Tour perfume? You know, I have not heard of that. Not heard of them. Put me on something new. I'm good with that. I like to learn about some new stuff. Tower perfumes. Do you have any names, any fragrance names? I might have to look into them and see what we got. Because I'm always looking for something new. Always. So I came around to the Kelly and Jones, man. Always looking for something new. I got a I was talking about the gatekeeping video earlier, and I was looking at it just now. That Kumquat Wood, I got two Manceras on my gatekeep list. I got Kumquat Wood and this one. Spoiler alert. Precious Oud. El Cool Dessert Miracle. Why does this sound familiar? Dessert Miracle. I'm gonna have to look that one up. That sounds super familiar to me. I don't think I've smelled it. I don't think I've put my nose on it, but that one sounds familiar, like I've heard of it. That may be one that I need to put my nose on. By the way, just bringing this one up. This one of the reasons I gatekeep this one so much is because if Kumquat Wood is my most complimented for spring and summer, this is my most complimented winter fragrance. And it's not that it's a lot different between the two. It's just this one is a tiramisu top note, and then it's whiskey and oud and rose. It's got a beautiful jammy rose in the mid that with that oud transition, and then you hear that tiramisu just kind of lightly tap dancing on the back of it. Man, this is good. This is good. It goes unisex, but if you put it on, it's one of these fragrances that if you put it on a man, it's manly because of the whiskey. But if you put it on a woman, that rose really amplifies and makes it super beautiful. But I like wearing rose fragrances anyway. I did a review for the Art of Wood earlier this week, and I had a lot of people reach out to me saying I didn't like that particular fragrance. And maybe it was the way I presented on that video. I like the fragrance. I actually like the fragrance a lot. But my video was more of a warning to people because all I've heard people talk about is the citrus and the vanilla on that fragrance. I hadn't heard anybody talk about that rose because it's there, and maybe it's just super prominent to my nose. But for me, for my wife, for my coworker, it came across as uber floral. So I was like, I just want to let people know about it. But I actually like the rose in there. I do like the way that it presents, and as it dries down, it gets into like a fresher type of rose. It's really nice. It really is. I like wearing rose fragrances. But yeah, let me see. What is that? Just joined. So the one I just had is Mancera's Precious Oud. Mancera Precious Oud is a this tiramisu. It's a oud and rose combo fragrance that it's really nice oud and rose combo too. It's jammy rose in there. But the biggest thing, and I think it's got a little bit of the it's the Laotian oud, so it's a little bit softer. But the big star in that one is the rose, and then you have the tiramisu and whiskey that kind of accent it. The whiskey's kind of prominent in it, and the initial sprays or whatever. But then and the tiramisu is too. But then the tiramisu kind of backs up, and you get kind of like a boozy type of rose fragrance. It's nice. It's really nice. Let's see, but yeah, I am gonna look up this El Cour Dessert American. I'm definitely gonna look that up because I want to. That's one. Let's see, tour. I was trying to look it up just now. Lou Dissa, who that? I see that, man. Look, I see that fluidly. I see that fluidly. Oh man. Yeah, I might have to put my nose on it. So these lives are kind of nice because I get to talk to people and maybe introduce myself to some new fragrances too. And guys, if y'all have not put y'all nose on, I'm gonna start putting out decants in a little bit too. As a matter of fact, I'm already doing it. I've got the website up. I just haven't put the set the frames up yet on there. It's taking me a lot longer time than I thought it was gonna take me. And then I gotta get all the pictures and stuff, everything. But I'm gonna be doing decants. I think the first special is gonna be like if you do 3 decants, it's like free shipping on there. And like a lot of the decants like $4, depending on what it is that you get. I know this one I think is like a $3 decant. I think the Oud Azure Oud is a $4. I think the Joe Milano is a $4. But yeah, if you do like the $4 decants, you do 3 of them, and they're like 2 milliliter decants. Boxes over here. So yeah, so they're like 2 milliliter decants. These are full on the 2 milliliters. I wanted to get the fat ones like this because they're easier to hold and easier to spray. You can just do it like that, because some of the smaller ones, the skinnier ones, they're just not this don't work as well. I tried. I have a couple of them like over here that just don't work as well. All right. What you got? Just got my Shiny Discovery Kit. Loving it. Next week should be receiving the one from Sour Perfumes. Okay, so they got Discovery Kits. I definitely got to get on them. If they have Discovery Kits. Nishane, I got some bad news about Nishane today too. My guy Vegas Sense, man. Vegas Sense is like, if you know how they have that expression, your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. If there was your favorite reviewer's favorite reviewer, he would probably be it. But he was saying that Lishane is talking about coming out of the market. Yeah, it's the novicenose.net. And like I said, it should be just like it's like a landing page now. It doesn't have anything up, but it's coming. But yeah, I hate the fact that they're gonna be moving out of the American market because I love Nishane's stuff, man. Wulong Cha is amazing. My wife thinks that was super floral too, but I love that tea note in there, that oolong tea. Oh, man, Fan Your Flames. Fan Your Flames is my joint, and I don't even know why I like it so much. But Fan Your Flames is my joint. Ege, EGE, Ege. Ege is my joint, man. It's got this, it's the mint. I think it's almost like the glue-like mint. And that sounds weird that I would like that, but the way it presents is like uber fresh. It's nice. Sounds like a plan. We'll be looking out for that site, man. Be looking for it, man. It's coming. All right, late to the party. Ralph, what's going on, man? Can I get your thoughts on Luciano Magnitude? So, if I take Luciano Magnitude and I compare it to something like the I got it right here. Let's say I compare it to something like the John Lloyd Immortal. There's distinct differences. This was closer to the OG. Luciano Magnitude, in all aspects of the word, is closest to the OG. The only difference between this one I find and Lamensite is that this one does come off a little bit sweeter than Lamensite does. This is also, I don't know why it is, but this one also to me seems to last a little bit longer than Lamensite does. I don't know why that is, because in all honesty, Lamensite lasts a minute. This one lasts on my skin a long time. Now, my friend actually had this one as well. He tried, I decanted it out for him, and it don't last for him like it lasts for me. It could be skin type, could be whatever, but the difference between these two is that this was going to be a lot more ginger heavy. This was going to be definitely closer to the actual DNA. It's going to have the citrus and everything in there, but it's going to be a little bit sweeter. If I was to choose between the two, if you want closest to the OG, definitely go with this one. And it's like $35 right now, so I would say go with this. It is definitely very, very close to the Lamensite. I like this one more just because it has a little bit more ginger, and because I'm weird, I like the ginger note. But this was the better interpretation of Lamensite. The Magnitude is. Definitely is. I've got lymphanite too. And that's why I kept saying, I know I got something. I got lymphanite too, but I don't have it here. I don't even have it in my decant bag. I have a decant bag. So this is the other thing, guys, that I want everybody to start doing. And I think, now would you guys like to see a video on this? Because I'm actually going to do a video on this. So what you see here is a bag of decants. Now, I'm not sure how this started. I know how this started. Whenever I wear a fragrance, doesn't matter longevity or whatever, I would always make a decant of that fragrance to put in my pocket just in case I had to refresh throughout the day. And that's kind of how this started. I started getting these decants off of Amazon, and you can get one, a set of these decants, usually about I think there's a 15-pack barrel right now that's like $20 for 15 of these. I love these particular decanters, right? I'm going to actually have to do a video to kind of show off how to do it. You put your juice and everything in there. So, you can take the top off. When you take the top off, you can put your juice in here, close it up, slide it in here, and you're good to go. And I would always keep one of these in my pocket. And some kind of way they just kind of accumulated. And I had them all in my book bag, and so I got a bag to kind of put them in instead of just leaving them at the house. And next thing you know, it became this. But the one thing that this did for me, and I've got a lot of fragrances in this thing. I think I got like 70 different decants in here. So, but you gotta decant your stuff, you know. And like I said, you can get one of these sets on Amazon for like $15. I mean, no, sorry, you can get some for 15, but I would say get the 15 pack Barovin, I think the name of it is. It's like $20. I think they're sold out right now because I know I just got 2 of them. I think I got the last 2, but I think they have the all black. As you see, I got the multicolor. BT, what's going on, my man? BT is in the building. Hey, bro, I was worried about you the other night because you was like, man, I'm at the back of the Uber and, you know, I'm getting these compliments and everything. And I think you was a couple of tequila shots in. I was like, oh, boy, it's going to be a nice night. But, man, I'm glad to see you in here, man. Glad to see you here, bro. I'm out here just shooting it, man. What's your set of the day today? But yeah, man, so I suggest doing it, man. Just decant your stuff out. If you have a full bottle, don't bring your full bottle around anywhere. Just decant it out. Hold on to it. And then the little kits that Amazon has makes it really easy. Let me see if I got one that I can like show the process right quick. Is 8 and Bob? That's full. I'm not gonna do it on that one. But so you can actually pop the top off of these. Let me actually show you right now. So you have the little nozzle. You pop the top off. See how you got that? You put this little nozzle. This comes with that kit. You put the nozzle on the end, and there you go. And then you take that decant that I just had, and you just squeeze it into. I was looking for that particular fragrance. So I can just that's ample. Well, you get the picture. You would literally just take that, squeeze that into that decant, and then pop it off. You good to go. Decant it out, man. It also keeps you from using all your fragrances, so you don't even have to go back to the bottle that often. You know. I had to click it back on. What is my fragrance? Oh, you wore it again today, bro? I'm gonna get it. Matter of fact, I had the Blue Talisman dupe coming in. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with the one you was wearing, bro. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I canceled the order. I'm just waiting on them to give me the confirmation to cancel, and then I'm gonna go ahead and reorder that one with my little certificate. Let's see. What's my favorite oud fragrance? Oh, man. So that's hard. Because I like that I just brought a precious oud. If I was to say that it was my favorite, I wouldn't be lying. But I still think I got more than I like more than that. Because I also brought up this one earlier. The Shaghoff Oud Rock. Shaghoff Oud Rock. This is okay. So if you ever you've heard of Montal's Honey Oud, it's this. This is it. This is basically it. If you smell the two side by side, the only difference is this one's going to be a little bit stronger. But man, those two are beautiful. You know what? Y'all sit tight for a second. I'm about to go get my favorite one Though I think if I was to say what my favorite oud fragrance is, I know exactly what it is. Hold on. Alright, so if I was to say what was my favorite one, gotta be this. Oop, Delight's Virtus Vanilla Oud. It is what it says it is. It is what it says it is. It is vanilla. It is oud. It comes across as a beautifully textured type of oud fragrance. The vanilla is blended so well in there that it's not an overpowering vanilla scent. It gives me vibes almost of a Reefer Cat, Baby Cat type of vibe, or Fierte type of vibe, but on another level, on like a niche level. Like, this is beautiful. That's a beautiful fragrance. And to be completely honest, it's one of the favorites in my collection. Oud Maracuja, I don't have the bottle here. I actually invested in a bottle of Oud Maracuja, and I'm gonna get that in soon. But I was playing with the decants with it for a while. I don't even think my decant is in here anymore. But yeah, that's a good one too. I like Oud Maracuja a lot too. Hey, no problem, man. No problem. Man, Curl brother, nuclear. Okay, so strong with you leather. So here's the thing. It's funny you should say that, because the leather is something that I think I am going to get into more as the winter progresses. I want to get more into the leather fragrances. I know Brioni has that new Suave that they dropped, and see how Saint did it, man. Man, brother, I saw the review on it today, and I was heartbroken. Like I said, that sounds like it's gonna be a Justin Copeland special. But I was heartbroken because I was thinking that it was gonna be a really nice leather type of vibe to it. But I do want to get more into my leathers. I got a lot of strong vetiver. I got a lot of oud stuff, but I want to get into the leather vibe more. I mean, the most leathery fragrance I think I have right now is probably, yeah, this guy, Old Faithful, Cedric Boise. Cedric Boise is always going to be the one of those unique kind of leather. Well, it was unique when it dropped. Those unique leather blends, and it actually wasn't really that unique when it dropped, because people will die on a hill and say that Cedric Boise is an Aventus clone, and it's not. I mean, it does have some of those characteristics, but hey, you know, it's what people do. It's what people say. All right, man. Look, you appreciate it, man, and thanks for joining the live. I appreciate it, man. That's all I got tonight, guys. I have to go ahead and get dinner together for the wifey before she be fighting me, because she will come in here and fight me in a little bit. So I want to make sure that I tell all of y'all, man, I thank y'all so much. And I'm close. Let me see. Hold on. I am very close to 500. Oh, just hit it. Just hit it. Literally just hit 500, man, and it's because of y'all. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it, man. It hit 5 on the stream, because when I jumped onto the stream, I was at 496. Excuse me. So definitely appreciate it. I'm choked up. I appreciate y'all, man. for looking out for you, boy, man, and subscribing, man. I got a lot more stuff coming. I gotta get my watch stuff up too, because I got a giveaway I'm doing in a few weeks here. It was gonna be for the 500, but I don't think I'm gonna do it for the 500. I think I'm gonna do it a different way because I want a way that I can track it. But my giveaway is for 2.4 of, I don't even know if you can read it, of the Oud Lemon Mint. So it's gonna be a whole brand new bottle of the Oud Lemon Mint. It's gonna be on the giveaway. Still trying to figure out how I'm gonna do it. I have this one, and then I have the John Louis Mortel. It's gonna be one of the other ones that I do a giveaway on, and I am doing a giveaway on this one. I was skeptical about doing it on this one because of the way that the box presents on this. Because I don't know if it's gonna get there in one piece. I mean, I'm being real, because the box, I don't usually harp. I just said earlier about how I love a lot of the Middle Eastern presentation boxes. Sometimes they do the most. The box for this one is doing the most. The bottle is doing the most, but the box on here does the most. I had to literally rip the box open to get to the fragrance because it had this locking thing on it. So you know what? As I'm thinking about it, I've changed my mind. I'm not gonna send this one on a giveaway. I may change this to, you know what? It's wintertime, so I may change the giveaway to. That's gonna be sold out. That's gonna be sold out too. I was gonna say I may change it to the bourbon. That might be what I do. Man, William, I appreciate it, man. I'm trying. I may change it to the bourbon. I may do this one as the giveaway. People said I didn't like this one either, and I actually like it. I just don't think it's the best Altair clone, but on its own, it's a great fragrance. It's actually wore it the other day and got some more compliments on it. It's a nice fragrance. It really is. So I think I may do the bourbon as a giveaway. It's gonna be a brand new box. It's an unopened box of this one. So I'm debating. I'm debating on it. Anyway, guys, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Talking to me all the way to 500. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one, man, and try your best, man, to get some sleep tonight. It's gonna be an interesting week. At least for me, it is. But I'm out of here, guys. Peace out.